I kind of like that name. Volume.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm sure you clicked on this video because you want to also become an infinite player. Well, I'm here to tell you, as someone has only been playing for like a month, I hit infinite like week 3 of playing, 3.5. I have some basic tips and tricks. Well, it's not really tricks. I had tips for you that you might want to learn about because as a new player, these are important, and not a lot of content creators talk about the second tip that I'm about to give you. So let's cut into it. Yes, decks matter, collection matters, deck style, all that. This all matters. That's all good and great. But there are fundamental things about this game that impact your games too. It doesn't matter how good your deck is. I mean, it does, but for the most part, you can get better decks and better cards over time. Skill is also important. Micromanaging your snaps, important. Field control, fields on the board, those are all important and take play in affecting your wins or losses. So let's start with this snap management. When you get to level 10 as a new player, you're gonna see this big blue button that you can snap it and the number will go to 2 or 4 or 8 or whatever. Snapping, it's gonna double your points or whatever essentially on your wins, but it also makes you lose that many points on your losses. So after a while, I would say once you hit the 60 zone, 65, 70, whenever you start losing, essentially, snap management, then I would try to get on this as fast as possible. Learn the strengths of your deck and the weaknesses of your deck, because knowing what a good opening hand is and knowing what a good or bad opening hand is will help you preserve your snaps. It's not just that. It's not just that. Draws. Draws are important too. And how many times or how many board timers there are. Like sometimes there's 4 and the game ends because of the field. Sometimes there's 7 because of magic resist. Sometimes you just need to know when your deck's going to pop off, like how many turns you need to pop off. I can tell you most of my decks want turn 4 or 5 to get into a decent spot. Every deck is different. Every deck functions differently. They all have their own gimmick. But knowing your deck's weaknesses and your strengths and what fields affect you and not affect you are going to help you to decide whether a snap is worth it or not. Right? So snap management. Don't be afraid to retreat. If you go into a game and the fields are against you and your hand is bad, don't play that game. Retreat on the spot. You lose 1 cube. Who cares? It's better than losing 8. Right. So snap management. Do it. It's going to help you. Going on to the second thing, which is really important, fields. I think fields are way more important than any card in your, well, obviously not, but more important than your card in your deck. But fields are essentially either going to assist you to win or assist you on losing, depending on what your deck is and what the field is. Let me explain. Fields, there's only 3 of them, and they reveal over turns, like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Essentially, after 3 turns, you'll know what all the fields are. Having cards or having magic, like having magic in your deck, is just going to save you so much time. Because 1, she can help you field control one of the 3 fields. Maybe. It depends on the field. Sometimes it's like you can't play 1, 2, or 3 cost or 2, 3, or 4 cost cards in the spot. You can't use on revealing effects here. You can't. These cards are hidden until the end of the game. Like stuff like that, Magic can't help you with. But like if it's like, or like draw 2 cards from your opponent, like you can't really do much about that. But if it's like the next card you play hurts get destroyed, or the field here, it doesn't let any of your stuff get destroyed, or like ongoing effects essentially, or like turn effects that happen every turn, she can help you take them out or change them depending on if you want to keep them or not, depending on your deck. Sometimes if you're playing a destruction deck and you see the field pop up, it's like, oh, cards cannot be destroyed here. Well, Magic can fix that for you. that way you as a destruction player, if that's what you are, can get into that field and play and not be at a handicap. Essentially, fields can handicap you. So pay attention to them. They're pretty important. Some are good, some are bad, some are depends on the deck. We can all agree some of them are just straight ass. So something to think about. Fields. Learn them because they're important. And knowing what you're good against and what you're bad against is going to change some of your games into wins because you strategized around your fields, which is essentially a tool for you to win. All right. So we've gone over snap management. We've gone over fields. Let's go over one more thing before we break into the deck. Designing your deck. Now, I'm not going to be here and tell you how to design your deck. I will tell you that have your deck designed in a way that you can have a good turn most of your game. So have an opening turn idea, like maybe two or three 1 cards is fine. Like power level 1 cards, 2 is probably fine. Have a couple of 2s, maybe 1 or 2 2s. Have a couple of 3s. I think 3 is the one you can have the most of because like it's going to be the ones you see and use the most. And then when you get to 4, 5, 6, those are where you decide like shit. Got to cut some because you might have too many. Having 2 6s is fine. Having 3 6s is a little bit much. But if you have 5 and 2 6s is probably fine. Now they're making 7 energy cards, so like you have to decide if that's even worth it. Can you even hit that depending what it is? So energy cost of your deck, try to balance it a little bit and make sure it revolves around a plan, whatever that plan is. Ongoing, reveal, tokens, destruction, moving, blinking or bouncing or whatever. Like there's so many different designs of decks and they're all relatively on the same level in my opinion, depending on what the deck is. Like obviously some are better than others. Inflict is another one that's probably gonna be popular. Design your deck around that strategy. So we broke down snap management, we broke down field control or the fields. Now we can break into the decks. Let's start off with me saying this. There are going to be 2 very free-to-play decks you can grind to infinite with. I, in fact, grinded to 100, 95 to 100 with the Ultron free-to-play deck. But that is because I did pull Patriot. And since I pulled Patriot, I was able to use this deck more reliably. So let's go into the more free-to-play version one. We'll go to Patriots in a bit. The ongoing deck. This might be forced upon you more so than Destruction, but that's okay. It's a good deck. There's going to be 3 cards in here that you probably won't have. That's fine. You'll unlock them eventually. They're not core key pieces or anything. They're flavor picks. If you can replace them, it's okay. So, all right. Ongoing. Self-explanatory. The effect is ongoing. That's the point of this. If you play against an Enchantress, there's not much you can do. Luckily, she's not played often, so it's all right. Also, this is kind of cool. Yeah, she's ugly anyway. Anyway, luckily you don't run into many Enchantress, so this won't affect you too much. Like, I don't ever see Enchantress, ever. So, tells you how good she is. So, but I see ongoing decks all the time. But the new ones do have Omega Red in it, which are a part of the Weapon X Battle Pass. Doesn't mean you need them, just saying it's just something that they have for tech. Ongoing is going to be a type of deck that you get really, really big in. Like your field's going to be really big, and then you're going to finish them off with an Onslaught because it makes everything doubled. So Iron Man is like your key winner here. Onslaught is your key winner. These are like your win conditions, right? Onslaught, Omega. Onslaught, Iron Man. Some would probably have Spectrum in here because it does help, but she's like Captain America to an extent. So the difference between her and Cap is that she's globally helping the board where he's just doing that one zone. So you could argue Spectrum. I have Omega Red here. He technically buffs all locations +3, which is kind of nice. So, yeah. Right? So ongoing. Super affordable new player deck. You get Ant-Man, you get her, you get Armor, you get Mr. Fantastic, you get Captain America, you get Iron Man. You get Claw. Claw's an option. You get Spectrum. So you're given Spectrum. You can get Claw. Like, I think everyone gets Claw. So you get Claw. It's going to be built slightly different to mine, but once again, same method, just different cards. Flavor cards. The different flavors are going to be up to you. I like having 2 flavor cards. My flavor is Luke Cage, so that way my ongoing flicks don't get afflicted and go negative. He just cleanses everything. And then Cosmos, because fuck reveal, right? And then Armor, because she's an ongoing effect and protects your stuff. And also screws over destruction players. So, ongoing. Relatively simple to build. It's pretty much given to you early. I think the only unit you realistically have to hunt down, I think, might be Onslaught. But he's a Series 1. I don't even think you have to hunt him down. I think he's just given to you. So, I could be wrong. I don't know. Now. Ultron. Ultron is the decks that I used to hit 100 with. Or Infinite with. The only card in this deck that you have to hunt for is a Series 3 card. So it's 1, affordable, and 2, if it shows up, you should be able to just straight up buy it if you save your collector coins. It won't be expensive. And that is Patriot. He's the only card you have to hunt for. Seriously. No, for real. I'm being dead ass. He's the only card you're missing. I mean, technically, my deck's a little bit more of a preference build. You don't have to put Nebula, Adam Warlock, or Dazzler in here, or even fucking Bishop for that matter. I think you get Bishop early on. You could put Squirrel Girl, Ant-Man, and some other bullshit in here. It doesn't matter. Your main focus is Ultron. It's the Ultron deck. And the way you make Ultron win is you play Patriot, and then the turn after you play Mystique, which you get through a login reward, and then boom, you got +4 on all your minions just off those 2 alone. And then, of course, we still have supportive cards. Blue Marvel goes in this deck. You get him from the first free battle task, which you can beat in a day. He just makes everything +1 effect, so it's just free. He can go in an ongoing deck too, I suppose. Then you have Khazar, which you literally get like level 5 or some stupid thing like that, where he can go in this deck and buff your Ultron bots. It's essentially buffing your bots. That's all it is. Patriot's just the best one because it gives you a little bit extra juice, right? Once again, don't need Nebula, don't need Adam Warlock, don't need Dazzler. Those are just preference picks. Squirrel Girl will be fine. Just pick your preference. Honestly, it's whatever you have access to as a new player, and it should function. Squirrel Girl, Ant-Man, boom, right there. Your third pick can literally be Iceman, or I don't know, something else. Medusa, because pressure in middle, right? So you can run Ant-Man, Medusa, and what did I say? Someone else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your main focus is Ultron, Patriot, and Mystique. You don't even need Mystique, to be honest. It's just nice. If you get Patriot plus Blue Marvel, it's enough. It should be enough to win all your games. Ultron, Patriot, Blue Marvel, Ultron, Patriot, Mystique, Ultron, Patriot, Khazar. It's as long as you have Ultron and Patriot, you're looking good. Your bots are going to be really freaking big, and it's going to make every zone like plus 25 up. It's going to be great. So, affordable. It's essentially free. Just got to hunt down 1 card, and you could get them early. You never know. So, moving on to the next deck, which would be the next one they kind of force you into. Well, they force it to you early on. It's just not in this style. It's the Odin deck. Now, they give you Ironheart, they give you Odin, and they give you White Tiger. Essentially, and then once you log in enough, you get Black Panther. Essentially, that's the way they kind of lead you for this deck. The idea is you play your Black Panther, you amp it up with an Ironheart, and then you play your Odin, and you amp it up more than Odin. The only difference is you have to hunt down Wong, so honor reveals happen twice. I will say, these decks are really strong, but they are incredibly inconsistent because they all rely on Wong. And if you do not pull Wong on turn 4 or even turn 5, you have to surrender. The reason why this is okay with Ultron is because he's the last card you're playing in your deck anyway, so it's you got a little bit more flexibility in time to draw Ultron. The issue with Wong is you don't have time. If you don't have him turn 4 or 5, you don't have time. You don't have the budget. You don't have the ability to like really come back after turn 4 or 5. You're already like delayed turn 5, so that means you don't really get a good turn 7. So it's just bad. Wong's issue is that he's so reliant on being there on time that if he's late, you're punished. So I'm not a fan of these decks because Wong is never on time. He's always late. Prove me wrong. But whenever it does pop off, it pops off. I have video of the Gambit deck that this is. You don't have to use Gambit. Listen, you can use any sort of the variants. Black Panther, Gambit, whatever it is. It Hazmat, whatever it is. It's just Gambit's the most fun, right? All right. Finally, we've done the Ultron deck. We've done the ongoing deck. We've done the Odin reveal deck, Wong deck, or whatever. The one that everyone tends to go to because they force it to you hard this season. Destruction. The Weapon X deck, which mine is not. Mine's a variance of whatever the hell I wanted it to be. Essentially, I mean, you're not exactly a free-to-play player at this point. You're a Battle Pass player. But you're not even really a Battle Pass player because you also probably bought the $2 Venom pack with the Gums of Carnage. I didn't have options of that because I started joining at the end of the Spider-Punk thing, like the last day or two, so I didn't have those packs for my thing. You lucky bastards. You got the 99-cent Wolverine pack. You should have the code for Deadpool, so you should have Deadpool for free. You shouldn't have to buy the 99-cent Deadpool unless you want the variants. You got Weapon X. If you bought the extra premium pass, you got Antimantium Infusion. So you have shit essentially. You pretty much spent 30-ish, probably $35 just to get core pieces. And even though you have those core pieces, you're missing Death. Sad. You're missing Null. Bummer. You're missing, X23 probably because you probably didn't spend your coins on her. I did because it's kind of essential for this deck. Unfortunately, you have to spend 4,000 coins unless you get lucky or got lucky in the Weapon X variant pack, which was like a 1 out of freaking 12 or something, which I just took the L and bought her for 4,000. Got the variant. What I'm saying is Destruction is stressful because not only do you have to spend money to get to Destruction, even though they force all these cards on you. They're like, well, buy these packs. Destruction's great. It's OP. It's crazy. You get all these cards. There's so many variants of it. It's a lot to micromanage to build a single deck. At least Onslaught, at least Ultron as a new player, it's straightforward. You don't have to think about like what deck does what or what card does what, how to switch this variants. This, you get to Destruction, it's an easy deck to run with so many variants. It becomes stressful and confusing as to new players because you don't know what variants is good where and like how to even like switch out the cards because you got attached to one card when like you're using it. So like it becomes a mess. It's a cluster. What I'm saying is Destruction is a clusterfuck of mess. And if you're here with me and you're doing it, you'll understand why. It's because you're missing Null. It's because you're missing Death. It's because you're missing a core piece. You don't have X23 for energy. It just feels terrible. You're running Deadpool, but he never wants to function. You got Killmonger. It's just, it functions. It does win sometimes. It's just, man, you miss running simple stuff. But it's fun, It just sucks when you don't have the core winning pieces, right? So, Destruction. It's great. It's amazing. It's flexible. There's so many variances of it, but it's just all over. Destruction's all over. It's all over. You fight it all the time. You see different variants of it. You run into someone with Null Death and you don't have them, you lose. At least with the other decks, you have a chance. Destruction versus Destruction, Null is the key factor to winning those games. Yes, I have fastball special, which helps. And I've won against Null decks. But if we're being honest, between you and I, fastball special decks are good elsewhere. Destruction versus destruction, Null has the advantage. Because whenever you hit Null with a fastball, it might cut his power down for a brief moment, but as soon as that unit you threw dies, it undoes it all. So fastball is a unique type of deck. It's not your typical destruction deck. If you're looking at my deck and you think this is a destruction deck, you're not wrong, but you're not right either. It's a fastball deck with destruction in it. I mean, it's technically both, but whatever. Whatever. What I'm saying, essentially what I'm saying is destruction takes time, patience, and a lot of units to even make a deck. Where the other decks, they kind of give you half the deck for free. So, less painful to go that path, and more painful to pick the path of destruction. Help, get me off destruction. Oh, anyway, yeah. There are other decks, obviously. You have your bounce decks, you have your move decks, but those are also in this situation or category where, like, they give you some move cards, which is great. But you're missing core ones. And they're going to have to spend some coins to get those. And they're Series 5 cards, so they're expensive. Like Prowler is expensive. Steampunk Spider-Man, probably pretty expensive because he's a Series 5 card. So it's something to think about when you pick your deck. Really think about like budgeting. Unless you're spending money and you can just get those cards, that's great. But from a climbing perspective, it's easier to climb with the other decks. It really is. So there you guys go. That is essentially all my tips for you. I broke down 4 decks. I honestly think Ultron and/or Ongoing is your best climbable decks because they give you most of the pieces for free, and you'll be missing 1 or 2 pieces. But having options is always great. Just don't overstress it. Snap smart. Check your shop in the collection bundles. Make sure you're spending your resources correctly. Make sure you pin your shit. If there's something important here, you pin it. That way you can come back and buy it. And then pay attention to your fields. Your fields are just as an enemy as they are an ally. They can hurt you or they can help you. Don't be afraid to leave early if you're barely feeling like your deck is just not up to par on that match because of bad draws or anything. Just patience, smart plays, smart snaps, and paying attention, and you'll climb just fine. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And remember, snap smart. Peace.